So I'm sitting here cleaning up that old shelf, and I was sitting there thinking, you know what, some people may not know a couple little tricks that I'm about to show you. So I know this isn't my normal type of video, but you know, what the hell. So you have a little nail sticking out here, and most people take a hammer and go bang, bang, bang and punch it through the other side. But whenever you do that, you kind of blow out the back side of where the nails were. You know, right now it's kind of clean. These right here are called flush cut pliers, but if you're really, really old school, these are horseshoe pliers. Basically, you take the nail and pull it out from the side it already went through. Okay, and it's not 100% perfect, but it's a lot better than blowing out stuff. Something else is you take your hammer and your pry bar and you sit there and you try to pry these up. Okay, well, these are actually glued down, and whenever you try to pry on glue and pull it up this way, it breaks the wood. Okay, you see how this is kind of indented here? It has a little catch. This right here broke the other piece of wood. But see how this is nice and clean and this is nice and clean? So there's another way. Instead of taking a hammer and a pry bar, and this might be a little loud, but you hit it parallel with the piece of wood you want to try to save. Ta-da! See? Makes it so much easier. Oh, almost knocked everything off. Look at that. Wow. That was close. That's what happens when you try doing things with one hand. And I got the nail went in my shoe. So, anyways, this is just something real small. You know, it's basic, but it could really save your wood and save from tearing up stuff. But instead of trying to pry straight, always hit it parallel with what you want to save. And of course, you know, with grain pattern, if possible. This just happened to be that way. And then whenever you have little nails, like most people, you see the nail on the end, they'll just hammer it in. Well, then you have a permanent piece of metal. So if you ever cut it later, you're hitting the metal. These things right here, just pull them out, you know, just like over here. Ta-da! Now these, last time I went to Lowe's or Home Depot or Harbor Freight, these are becoming a little bit harder and harder to find. So flea markets and places like this pick them up for a couple bucks. They're like $20, $25 in the store. So don't spend that much money. And all you want to do is make sure that there's no chips here. This one's definitely used. I got some other ones. In fact, I think, yeah, this is part of a kit I bought for like $10 that was on clearance. But anyways, that's kind of a little woodworking thing. Just maybe, you know, save your material, repurpose. This is the shelf that was over there. And, you know, I decided this would make a better, you know, use of me building my own shelf, because it was kind of falling apart anyways. Those nails were starting to come loose. But anyways, hopefully this helps. Peace, love, money. I'm out.